Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here, my Ring of Honor, New Japan, War of the Worlds tour review for Saturday, May the 12th, 2018, from the Royal Oak Music Theater. This was my fourth overall Ring of Honor show. The reviews for my three other shows I've been to are on this channel. We went to a TV taping in Kalamazoo, and this is my third overall year going to War of the Worlds. The last two were in Dearborn at the Ford Community Arts Center. This is the first time that War of the Worlds and overall Ring of Honor has made in the Royal Music Theater. First debut for them, but Royal Music Theater has no slack on putting on wrestling shows they had before, including NXT show back in March, and also NXT show in 2016 that reviews also on his channel as well. But overall, the staging was better than in Dearborn, because the Dearborn, it was so small you couldn't put a screen in there. With it being a theater, I was like, they're going to put a screen up. I haven't seen a screen since the TV taping in Kalamazoo. The setup was better. I think the setup was better than the setup they had for NXT. NXT, they had people sitting on the stage. This time, they had no one sitting on stage. It was all entrance. You'll see from the photos from the show that I have at the end of the video. So you're going to see that in a bit. Overall, the show, the staging was great. But everything about the show, even with a couple last-minute injury situations, this tour is going to be like, some would say, a cursed War of the Worlds tour. Last New Japan people as usual. And with last-minute injuries to Dalton Castle and Jay Lethal, and Flip missing a flight in Toronto, he made it tonight. They had to make up for lack of presence of big stars, and they stepped up their game. You had two really good matches, both in the first half, and both involving members of the Elite and Bullet Club. Main event was a have a tag team title match main event, but we had a good ending, which I don't think it was on Honor Club, but it will be taped for a future episode of Being the Elite, the YouTube show with Matt and Nick. You can see a lot of signs and a lot of shirts. So let's get going. I got there around 6:30. So meet and greet was going on. I didn't see, I think Juan was doing it, a couple others, but I didn't see those guys. But I saw Young Bucks show my sign that I had for him, which I'll show you in a bit. And walked by Cody and Bernard, the business bear. He was there. He'd be involved in Cody's match in a little bit. So about 6:45, we had a first match. It was like a pre-show match. It was a Future of Honor match. It wasn't a Women of Honor like in Dearborn last year. We had a match between, I don't know if this aired on Honor Club or not. But we would have a match involving the Neon Ninja. I was second row. You'll see from my great seats where I was on the pictures. There's a guy, second row, the guy front row, the Neon Ninja, and this guy named Buddy got, like, Neon Ninja had a sign, and he like spray painted his name and gave it to the guy in front row, like a random guy, so it's kind of cool, a little memento. But they would be taking on the dogs, of course, Wet Titus and Little Willie. Will for a while. I was so close I could yell at people. So I yelled Little Willie at Will, and he said, I'm Big Willie. It was a decent little opener. It was a pre-show match. It'll probably be YouTube exclusive or Facebook, because they always do like the Future of Honor on Facebook. So you're probably going to see that soon. Like I said, it wasn't on a club. Crowd was still filing in, so yeah, like people getting the seats. Buddy got a good reaction. This Buddy guy got a good reaction. Maybe some people know him. Maybe he's a local guy. Who knows? But he looked good. Yeah, Ninja had some good little moves, good splashes and stuff. But the dogs would take advantage, even with some comedy spots with Will trying to get big, be no Little Willie. But then the dogs were there. Their double team finisher, and I think by the time it a frog splash. And a 1-2-3 victory for the dogs. So I knew they were going to get the easy victory over this young team. They got potential, maybe individually, but we'll see how they grow from Future of Honor and move up the main roster. A lot of great people came from Future of Honor, like Coast to Coast. Sadly, there was a little disappointment. We didn't see Coast to Coast tonight. They were on other dates of the tour. but they weren't featured in this show. And I'll tell you other people that weren't there besides the ones I mentioned earlier in a little bit. So now on to our main show. We will begin the first of many t-shirt changes I warn you now. Representing Los Ingobernables de Bone, 1/2 of the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. It was even indeed. If you got that joke, I applaud you. He would take on Big Shane Taylor. This was a fun opener to the Wheel Show. Shane Taylor looked really good against Taylor, against Evil, should I say. Taylor's in big spots. He did like a big Samoan drop. He was trying to do some splashes. And then we had a couple funny spots outside where he was respected. Shane tried to get a chair, but the chair that Shane brought out would backfire as Evil would throw a chair at him. And then the first vicious spot of the night was Evil took one chair, bugged him on the neck of Shane, and then took another chair and whammed that chair against the chair on his neck. That was a vicious spot to begin the night here. That was indeed even. So when this match was announced, I was very interested because Shane Taylor's a big guy. And then a couple of Cleveland Sucks champions from Cleveland. Good crowd of night. Good crowd of night in Detroit. Well, Royal Oak, kind of like outside of Detroit. So, despite Shane's best efforts to use his weight, Evil did slam at one point. There was a spot early on that Evil tried to slam him, but after he weakened them, especially with the chair shots, he did slam him at one point. And then the finish would come when Evil would deliver a big clothesline and STO and the victory for Evil. He has won 3 times in his tour, apparently. I did not see the Toronto show. I saw on Honor Club. I'm an Honor Club member. I've seen the Law show. I saw that show, but I did not see Toronto because I want to get ready for this show tonight. So I didn't see Toronto. I'll see it eventually. So we're on to our next matchup, Women of Honor. I was like, before the show, they only announced 7 matches before on the website. And they mentioned Women of Honor was going to be there, including Tenille Dashwood, who did the meet and greet before and during intermission. And Sumi Sakai was doing meet and greet too. So I was like, if they have Women of Honor do meet and greet, where's the match? Well, they finally got one. Last minute, it was Tenille Dashwood got a big pop, the only good pop from the women that was received, teaming up with Jenny Rose against Stella Gray and the Ring of Honor champion, Sumi Sakai. It was good. Good match here. Tenille was over. She was the only one that had like a good reaction from people because, she's recognizable because she was Emma in WWE. So it makes sense. She did like the Emma sandwich and did like the octopus stuff. And then Sumi Sakai came in with a hot tag after Emma was isolating the partner, Stella Gray. Stella Gray is a new girl. Because I've seen my share of Women of Honor from the house shows I've been to. And I don't watch it on YouTube that much. And of course, now they're getting Women of Honor more opportunities to be on the main show, not just be pre-show, especially now with a championship. So it's a step up for them to get a championship. It being treated not just as a novelty, being treated as a real division. If you want a division to be real and legit, you gotta give it a title. And they finally did it for Women of Honor. So Sumi did well, but then Jenny would come with big moves. And Jenny would deliver a finish on a Uranage from Gray from Wells in the victory for the heel team. When Jenny Wells getting the victory, I think she's got a match in Chicago coming up. And she's poised to challenge Sumi Sakai for the title because they had a little stare down at the end when Jenny Wells stared down Sumi. There's some pictures of there. They had a little brawl. So there were some pictures of that when they brawled at the end there. So, good women's match. Not the best I've seen. Because I've seen a lot of good women's matches, especially women's such in Charlotte in NXT in Cleveland 3 years ago. But these are the women's match could palate cleanser, especially with the next couple matches. We get the first of 3 straight appearances for Bullet Club. A lot of Bullet Club to do the first half here. Stemming from a recent event in Florida. We were scheduled, that's a keyword, is scheduled to have Hangman representing the Elite. Yeah, no cease and desist because my dad made these signs and he didn't darken the Elite, so he did it a little differently than they do. Taking on Punishment Martinez. This is a follow-up from a recent event in Florida. They were supposed to meet up in Lakeland, Florida as part of Bound by Honor. But Hangman got attacked by Punishment before the match and got laid out on the floor, so the match never happened. Well, it was time for Hangman to get his one-uppins. Punishment came out, you know, did his entrance. And then Hangman's music played, and unbeknownst to us, Hangman appeared from the crowd and gave the Punishment a piece of his own medicine. They pulled him the outside a bit. Hangman was just crazy. Pulled the table out, speared. Hangman speared Punishment to the table, laid him out with that, and I think he nailed him with a chair as well. And that's how that happened. The match never happened again. They're building this feud with this, you know, teasing the matches and then having it go to a no contest. I'm guessing they're going to set up for some sort of stiff match at Best in the World in Baltimore. You know, there are a few going on, so they're building on that. You know, it's cool to see them building with these little balls. The only little negative is advertised match never happened. Again, this happened in Florida. The match was advertised. It never happened because of a beatdown. The match was advertised again in Roy Oak. We had a pre-match beatdown. Match never happened after Punishment was taken out. So good storyline building for that with Eggman getting his revenge, one-upping on Punishment by taking him out like he did in Lakeland. But no match. So there you go. You put the bonus matches in there, the pre-show match and the bonus match. In the women's match that was added, we had 9 matches on War. We were supposed to get 10, but it ended up being 9 because of this match not happening. Now on to a match that had a last-minute change. A 4 quarters survival match. The first of the 2 best matches of the night. The last 2 matches of the first half was the best matches. You had Marty, Skull, the villain. I had a sign for him last year, and I got a picture with him, with my sign. Not this year, though. Although I did get a picture with a guy with my sign. I'll tell you that story in a minute. We have Marty Skull, Matt Taven. Yeah, none of Melvin. I got a strip for him too, which I'll put that on when I tell you a story later on. He was at Kenny King, and we were supposed to have Jay Lethal on this card, and he was injured, sadly, in Toronto. Where's that shirt? Did I hang it up? It's gonna suck. I'm on a club. I got a coupon for like $40 for them having issues with the streaming. So I was like, yeah, you can get a coupon to buy shirts for my show. So I bought a David shirt, Silas Young shirt, wore them both. And I've been wanting this Lethal shirt. And I've been seeing them wearing it on TV. I'm like, where's it on the store? They had it on the store. And sadly, Jay got hurt in a match in Toronto. He was not cleared to wrestle. So it was one of the minor spots, besides not seeing several people because of other reasons, even though they were on other dates of the tour. Biggest sad was not seeing Lethal or Dalton Castle. Dalton was hurt too, because he pulled out his match against Matt Taven in Lowell. That pumped in a change with the Kingdom. We did not see Vinny take care of Ryan. Although I just saw on Twitter before I got on here, Vinny was underneath the ring. Or he said he was. The Horror King. So I was thinking we were going to see some red balloons come out of that ring, but we didn't see them. So they are now the new 6-man champions. They now have full possession of the titles again. Because the Kingdom conspiracy ended. Or so we thought the conspiracy ended. So I didn't bring the shirt because I was about to leave and I found out he was not going to be there. So I was like, dang it, I just got the shirt and I'm not going to wear it tonight. I had a sign ready for him, so I just didn't make a sign, didn't wear the shirt. So we're placing Jay Lethal was the only member of LIJ that was never booked for a match in Royal Oak until last minute, Sonata. So, and Sonata filled in valiantly. Would have been better with Jay Lethal? Absolutely would have been awesome to have Lethal in there. Lethal would have added more prestige. It would have some good moves in there. But Sonata filled in valiantly. Especially some good comedy spots. He did the whoop whoop. Marty was over as hell in this match. He's probably almost over guys in the night. The Bullet Club was over. Marty and of course the YBs, which I'll get to in a minute. But it was cool little comedy at the Too Sweet, the umbrella. And speaking of the umbrella, I was going to put that, but there was an umbrella. There was a funny spot. Sonata and Marty, there was unlikely alliances in this match. And Sonata and Marty had Marty's umbrella and Matt Taven's cane. They were going to shove it up the asses of Kenny and Matt, but unfortunately, referee couldn't allow it. I think Todd Sinclair was referee for that match. So that was kind of a funny little thing. Rep got booed. Matt Taven got some heel heat, especially when he botched the move early in the match. He like a little thing off the rope. He kind of tripped off it, and the fans gave him hell for it. We started a "You fucked up" chant, but he, being the smart heel that he is, he would come by saying, "It was the referee's fault. I was distracted by the referee." And it was a big fly. Kenny looked awesome in this match. Good couple fly spots. Knew what I was. So people behind me, like in front of me, every time there's like a fly move on my side of the ring, because I was like center of the ring you see from the photos, whenever like a person flew by us, the foot roll moved like 5 feet. Because he nailed against the barricade, moved his back a little bit. So thank God I wasn't for tonight. Because I'm usually by the entrance ramp, but with no one on the entrance ramp, because I told you there was no staging, no seats on the stage. So like an NXT. So I wasn't by the entrance ramp. Marty teased the chicken wing, and he also did he almost did the finger thing. Matt didn't book it up to good heel hit. So didn't look good in here. You know, get some momentum, but the conspiracy, like I said, despite thinking it was over with the Kingdom regaining their 6-man titles, conspiracy continued. David had a pin while Kenny King had a submission on Sonata. Matt had pinned Marty, but with King Sonata in a submission hold, where he was distracted by the submission. He didn't see Matt Taven's pin. So I was like, the conspiracy continues! He was yelling at the referee, and I think that's when the ending came. When Matt pushed Sinclair, and then Taven got distracted by a kick from Marty. A low blow, by the way, referee was distracted from Taven, and Marty would wall him up. 1, 2, 3 victory for Marty. And Kenny had a pin too, but they only counted Marty's pin on Matt. That was kind of a weird little ending. Kenny had Sonata pin, but they only counted Marty's pin. But Marty's got some momentum on his side. He recently pinned the world champion in a match in Columbus, and he's probably lined up for another title match because he won a match in Columbus called the Fire on the 9. I was actually supposed to go to that Columbus show, but I sold my ticket last minute. Long story. So I went to this show. I already had tickets for this show when I bought the ticket for Columbus because I was going on a trip to Cleveland for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremony. But it fell through. So I decided to Ring of Honor because the trip to Cleveland got canceled. I just went to North Carolina instead that weekend. I got to see Columbus on the Honor Club, and Marty Pin dawned the game an automatic title match. Some tension with him and Cody over who deserves number one contender, because Cody just beat Dawn in a tag match in Columbus, in Lakeland, stealing the pin from Dalton, other enemy, Marty. So I smell a triple threat going. So it's a good match. Like I said, one of the best matches of the night was this one. Second best match of the night was this one. Fun match. Like I said, it was sad not to see Lethal in it as advertised, but he got hurt last minute. Hopefully he still wrestles in Chicago, but maybe be taken off, or who knows. But hey, still a fun match. Sonata feeling valiantly. He even had a cold skull at one point, the submission himself. Could mention that. So, good match. Fun match. And now, the best match of the night in my mind. A match, when this match was first announced, I was like, oh my god, this is going to be the show stealer. This will be the match of the night. And guess what? I was absolutely like, we had Roppongi 3K, Show and Yo, without Rocky Romero, he was only in Law and Toronto. Same with Jay White. Jay White was also only in Law and Toronto. So Chicago and Royal got gypped by not getting those two. But we saw him last year in Royal in Dearborn when Rocky was still with Punky Vice and when Jay White was not switchblade yet. So we'd have Punky 3K against the hometown boys. Motor City Machine Guns at the side for him. Same point at me, I think. Nice to see them in the hometown, and nice to see them in a proper tag match. I haven't seen them in a 2-on-2 tag match ever, because my third time seeing them live. Never seen them in a tag match 2-on-2. I've seen like an 8-man and 6-mans the last 2 years, including Jay White last year. So, and Marty was in a multi-man last year. Was in a multi-man again. First time seeing Evil and Shane Taylor in singles matches. And I haven't seen Emma Wessel since NXT in 2015. So it's cool seeing her. First time seeing the other women in that match. And then their opponents. The Elite. Representing the Bullet Club in the Elite. I'm not going to put it on. I'm just going to show it. Young Bucks. A lot of Young Bucks shot. And of course, as usual, 90% of the shirts were Bullet Club related. These are them LIJ shirts, but everything was Bullet Club. Everything wasn't Evil. Everything was Bullet Club. You know, Marty, Cody, Young Bucks, variants of the Bullet Club shirts. They're always popular at all wrestling shows, not just Ring of Honor shows, but seeing them in WWE, seeing them in indie shows. For my indie company I go to, XICW. This was just a fun, awesome match. I knew this match was going to deliver. It was cool seeing with Punky 3K and Morrissey Machine Guns face off for the first time. The teasing and Machine Gun breakup. Chris Saban's battling in the best of the Super Juniors in Japan, so they're probably going to break up the Guns soon. They've been teasing it after they lost their rematch to the Briscoes recently in Florida at West Palm Beach, the first night at Bound by Honor weekend. That was the last shows they did until this World of War stint. Fun action, fun flying. Every team had a chance to shine. Machine Guns with a double teaming. Young Bucks with a double teaming. And yes, people, we had ourselves another super kick party for the Young Bucks. Super kick city, and it was just fun. Spot. People make fun of Young Bucks all you want, but you gotta respect them for what they do. No back. Matt wasn't selling his back injury for once, so it's kind of weird not seeing him sell the back injury. Maybe Matt can recover from his back problems. Because Punky 3K and Young Bucks have been swapping over the IWGP Tag Team Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles for a while, and Matt's back was a big target in those matches they had. So it was like, it was interesting when these matches put together. 3 former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team champions and teams that have history, and yet a big brawl with Machine Guns and Bucks, and also a punching battle with a member of Roppongi and I think a member of the Machine Guns were like exchanging punches. That was a cool little spot. There was some fun action. You know, the crowd was hyped. Like I said, a lot of Young Bucks chant. There was some Motor City chants because we were all in Detroit after all. So the fans were split on Young Bucks and Machine Guns. Punky 3K were kind of like the forgotten team because everyone loves Young Bucks and Machine Guns. Everybody loves Punky though. So there was some Punky people. So then we saw various tag team spots, including we did see the cease and desist from Nick and Mac doing the sharpshooter, then do the crosshold. And then we almost got the bang for your buck, and they also teased a indie tanker. And then surprisingly the finish, showing Yo would come in with a big double team move on Saban, and they got the victory. Wow, interesting with Punky 3K won. So not only was this the second year in a row that Young Bucks lost to Chaos, they lost in the main event of last year's Dearborn show against Goto, Will Ospreay. Disappointing he wasn't there this year. I got an Ospreay shirt and the hopes he would be on this tour, but he wasn't. Alongside of Punky Vice, defeating Young Bucks, Hangman, and Cody. And not only that, it was weird to see Young Bucks not main event. This is the first show in Dearborn / Royal Oak that Young Bucks did not main event. They main evented the last 2 years in Dearborn in big multi-man matches. In 2016, a 10-man tag, the night when Hangman Page would join Bullet Club, And last year, an 8-man tag, I'll mention 8-man tag. So it was interesting to see Young Bucks not main event. So after that fun match of the night, great action. All three teams looked amazing. Interesting, Milwaukee 3K wins. They got some momentum on the side. They all challenging the tag team champions, whoever they will be, at the end of the night tonight in Chicago for a TV. Will the champions be the Briscoes or Bushi and Naito? We shall find out. That's our main event. So now on to intermission. Took a walk around and putting the shirt on. Matt Taven's shirt on because I had a little moment with him. So I was walking around, checking out stuff, went to the bathroom, walked by. Marty and Naito were doing autographs during intermission. So I just walked by them, showed them my signs, but they didn't see them. So I walked to the concession area, the mush area, and Tennille Dashwood was having her own table. But at the mush table, we had both Sumi Sakai and Matt Taven talking about stuff. And I was still wearing my Young Bucks shirt from the Young Bucks match. And Matt Taven was like, hey, everybody, talk to this girl. What do you have to do? If you want to pitch with me, what do you have to do? Be wearing one of my shirts. I told you in the beginning, I just got this shirt. I got like a bunch of Ring of Honor shirts online with my coupon that I got from Honor Club for being a member. And I was like, still with my Young Bucks shirt. I'm like, I'm on the way, dude. I got a shirt for you. So I grabbed my shirt, went back to my seat, got my shirt, walked by Taven. I was like, I went to the door. There was like a couple doors. I went to the door that led directly to Taven. I was like right next to him. And he's like, he saw my sign. And he's like, yeah, now this guy gets it. This guy's got an I'm Done Melvin sign. He pointed my shirt sign early in the show. And he's got my beautiful purple t-shirt. Hell, he's got a purple case. I got a purple case because I'm a Prince fan. So, but Matt Taven likes purple. So I took a couple pictures with Matt Taven. Those photos will be in the end of the video of me taking a picture. This is my second year in a row meeting a wrestler. Doing or after the show. Because last year I bumped into Marty at the end of the show. And I took a picture with him, my sign. With my Long Live the Villain sign. He took a picture of my sign before the show and put it on his Twitter. But I took a sign with after the show. But now I took a picture with Taven doing intermission. And that was good to have that with Taven. I got the whole one of his belts. His 6-man belt. So he was cool. He was in character, but he was cool. Cool guy. He's a good worker, great heel. And his shirts were on sale on ringofhonorshop.com. So I was like, I want to buy shirts to use up the allotted 40 in case I don't get any change back. So I bought those 3 shirts. Lethal, Taven, and the man would be in our first match of the second half. A man who was not advertised for anything before this show. I knew they were going to add him, the television champion. Silas Young added real man such and signs. But it sucked. I missed his entrance. I was getting a drink. And I was like, shit, he came out. And of course, there was a tag team with him and Beer City Bruiser. And since we didn't get Dalton Castle, we instead got the boys in a weird tag team situation. Yes, I'm a big Dalton guy. I've said in my videos, I love Dalton. He's one of my favorite guys in Ring of Honor. And I've had moments with him the last couple of years. He even gave me a hug during the Kalamazoo show 2 years ago. Because I had a sign called Free the Boys. It was doing that storyline with Silas taking the boys. So they have history, Silas and the boys, with Beer City Bruiser. So they have a little history. So that was a cool little backstory. But it was sad to see Dalton injured and not be able to defend his title in Boston alone. Thus prompting Matt Taven to win the 6-man titles against SoCal Uncensored instead. So it was sad to see Dalton wrestle because he was taking off the rest of the tour after pulling out of Law. He was only advertised for a match in Toronto. He probably would have wrestled in Royal Oak, but they see this match unfold. I think the original match is probably going to be the boys and Dalton against Beer City Bruiser, Silas, and Brian Malonis, who we never see at all. So maybe that was the original intention of this, was have a 6-man. But with Dalton out, they probably changed it. So maybe this was a plan to have a 6-man, add Malonis and add Dalton. I even hoped for Austin Aries cameo, because Austin Aries is challenging for the television championship on Sunday in Chicago. So I was secretly praying for Aries cameo, but that never happened. So we only got some surprises. So this was one of them. Last minute match. Good match. Boys looked good with the high flying moves, but they couldn't overpower the strength and the power of Silas. And Bruiser got some heat from the fans. They were bad mouthing the fans. Good heel moves. They were over his heel, especially Silas. But the finish came when one of the boys ate misery from Silas, and then literally got crushed and killed by Beer City, getting a big splash from the middle in the victory for Silas Young, pinning the boys of the world champion and getting momentum for his match against Austin Aries on Sunday in Chicago. So there's that. T-shirt change again. I'll keep this shirt on for the rest of the year because LIJ's in the next 2 matches, but I'll still wear this shirt. I wore this shirt last year for Daniels. He did sell his comic book. He sold his comic book last year. He was trying to sell it to me. He's like, anyone wearing a Daniels Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. shirt, buy my comic book. I did not. He didn't sell it this year, but he was with SCU, so kind of censored. Yeah, because I was going to make a Lethal sign, but after Lethal was out, I was like, dang, I can't make another sign. So I did this sign for them. Kaz came out and pointed at my sign, which is my name backwards because I spelled my name Z-A-K. So it's good to see him do that. Then we taking on Cheeseburger, who was selling his beatdowns recently from Billy Ray. Flip Golden got a good pop, and a big pop for Jushin Liger. Finally got to see Liger wrestle. 2 years ago, Liger was supposed to wrestle in Dearborn. The first time he went to War of the Worlds against Roderick Strong. It was probably one of his last matches before heading off to NXT. But Liger got hurt, ironically, because of the addiction. Daniels and Kazarian, who lost the Cheeseburger, and Liger doing Global Wars pay-per-view in 2016. They attacked him after the match, and Liger landed on his neck doing a move after the match, and he was taken out. So Liger was out and didn't wrestle. Strong ended up wrestling Leo Rush. Liger came out after the match to beat down Strong, but we never seen Liger in a match. We finally got to see it 2 years later against a team that intentionally injured him and took him out of the card in Dearborn from getting injured the night before. A good little match. Flip was over. Did a lot of flips. A couple of show tags and a couple of comedy spots. At one point, there was an isolation game. Referee was turned, and there was some huge on Soul Count Center. There was isolating Cheeseburger in the corner, wiggling his arm, and the backs were turned. So at one point, it was reversed with Kaz and Sky ended up turning and doing it to Daniels. Like they thought they were wigging the arm of Cheeseburger or Flip Gordon, but they didn't know they were winching on the arm, double teaming the arm of Daniels. They turned around after all the guys came outside the ring. They're like, yeah, do it. Then Kaz turned around and was like, dang it! And Daniels saw the arm. So, saw a couple of show tags. Even a Liger Bob at one point. At the Flip was doing some super kicks. And the ending came when Flip and Scorpio Sky, who were formerly friends, Scorpio Sky turned on Flip Golden the night he joined the addition to form SoCal Uncensored. They brought all the way to the back. So it came down to Cheeseburger, Liger, and the addition. And SCU, specifically the addition, got their total revenge after losing to Cheeseburger and Liger in Chicago 2 years ago, as I mentioned. They got the revenge as the finish game with a double team combination of the best movesaw ever. And like Kaz did a move too. He did a cutter too. Um, it was the best Meltzer ever. So being the best Meltzer ever double team in the victory for SoCal and Central, specifically for the addition after they had to go without Scorpion when he got chased down by Flip Gordon. And then I was like, well, we're going to see Bully Ray. Because he's been beating down Cheeseburger the last few weeks. He's apparently heel now, despite the fact he's supposed to be the kind of a phony figure, the enforcer Ring of Honor. He turned heel on Cheeseburger, doing Super Card of Honor, doing Mania weekend. He's been bringing up on Cheeseburger. They were supposed to have a match, or they did have a match. It wasn't much of a match in the Lord. When Cheeseburger got powerbound to hell, he was bandaged up from that. And then after the match, we did see Bully Ray come out. He attacked Liger. Liger was on the top rope. Low blow Liger. Powerbomb Cheeseburger again. They grabbed his chain and started whipping his chain on both Burger and Liger before Flip Gordon would come back from the back, taking Bully out of the ring. He almost ripped Bully with the chain, but Bully ran out before then. And as Bully was walking by, he walked by us, by where we were sitting. Some people exited through the side of the stage. Like at the bottom of the stage, people came from the side. A couple guys next to me touched Bully Ray. Bully Ray badmouthed him as he was walking to the back. He's like, "Don't you ever touch me!" I did touch his shirt when his back was to me. For a second but I leaned back and touched his shirt, but he didn't say anything to me. He didn't feel it, but he did feel this guy touching him. Now on to our next matchup of main event, involving the Taking Time Bomb of Los Ingobernables. They own Hiromu Takahashi, accompanied by Dale Jr. to take on Cody, who was accompanied by Manon the Businessman. The match was decent. There's a good false finish when near the end of the match, Hiromu did the ticking time bomb on Cody, but Cody kicked out. I thought it was over. Cody was over as a heel. Oh my god, he's probably one of them. Besides Silas and Taven, Cody had the most heat, especially when we were chanting "We want Kenny," and he did he teased a couple Kenny moves, flipped us off. But the best part of the match was, I am not making this up, we had a guy in a bear suit attacking a stuffed cat, and the referees were breaking it up. This fucking happened. It was fucking hilarious. But no, you're gonna see pictures of it when I show you the slideshow at the end of the video. And so you had that going on, and they threw Bernard to the back. I saw someone in the crowd with a big Daryl stuffed cat. So the dad, I forgot a facsimile of Big Daryl was in the crowd. So that was like a funny part of the match. The match itself was decent. One did his high flying stuff. Of course, Cody had a match with Liger. I don't know how that match went because I didn't see Toronto yet on Honor Club. So I'll watch that later. Hope that match maybe was good, maybe better than this one. It was a decent match. Cody did big moves. He did like the disaster kick, numerous attempts at crossroads. Even Hiromu did crossroads. And in the end, like I said, we had a false finish. We thought Hiromu had him with the time bomb after numerous attempts at it, but Cody would kick out. Cody would take advantage. By flipping himself and doing a voodoo breaker for the victory. So there you go. Some saying shenanigans between Bernard and Dale Jr. may have taken away from this match, but it was still an interesting little spot they had. The match itself was decent. Once it got going after the shenanigans, it was a decent match. It was a fun little cool main event with Cody getting over. A lot of heel hit. So there you go. Decent little cool main event. Now on to our main event. When I heard this match was the main event, I was like, interesting. Like I said earlier, it was kind of common to have a multi-man tag main event with the Young Bucks the last 2 years. So like I said, it was the first time in the years I've gone to War of the Worlds in Michigan, that not only will we not have a multi 10-man or 8-man tag main event, we would also have a 9 Young Bucks main event. It's cool to stray from the norm, but we would see Young Bucks eventually after this match. So we'd have the champs, Briscoes, Monk and Jay, taking on LND members Bushi and Naito. And Naito was over as hell. Naito did his signature moves, the teasing. I love when he does like this. He teases the dive, then rolls up in the middle. Got pictures of that. So it's always fun to see that. And it was a fun tag. It was actually interesting. This match was main event. It was good. You know, not as good as other main events I've seen for Ring of Honor events, such as the last 2 years, having multi-man tags. Awesome. And probably the best matches of the night. It's up to the Young Bucks had the best match of the night for the third year in a row for me. And I thought the Four Corners was the second best. So then they teased a move on Naito. If you haven't seen, the Briscoes debuted a brand new finisher in Lowell, Massachusetts. Oh my god, it's fucking sick. They have a guy on the top, and I can't explain it. You gotta see this double team finisher. They did not do it. They teased it on Naito, but they never fully connected a new finisher. So maybe they didn't want to purposely injure Naito, especially with so many injuries on his tour. With Naito, with Dom pulling out, and Jay Lethal getting hurt, I think they don't want to risk any more injuries. So they probably didn't want to do that double team finisher to the hottest guys in New Japan, especially Naito. After Naito got isolated, Bushi came in with some big moves, flying moves. The finish came when Jay Briscoe was trying to go for the J Thriller a couple times, and then referee was referee was grabbed by Bushi. I think it was Sinclair, and Bushi tried the mist. I was wondering if we were going to see the mist. Bushi tried the mist. Unfortunately, Briscoes rolled out of the way. Bushi missed it. He got nailed with the J Thriller, and we got the Funky Bow. The 1-2-3 victory for the Briscoes, retaining the championships. So they'll be defending against Roppongi 3K in Chicago, which will be a TV taping. So it was like 10 o'clock at this point. That's the earliest a Ring of Honor shows ever ended for me. Usually it's like 10:30, 11. Well, usually Ring of Honor starts at 7:30. The last 2 times it's been the Royal Oak, it's been 7:30. Or Dearborn, it's been 7:30. So they start at 7. Maybe Royal Oak as a earlier curfew. And it was also cool, I want to say, it was cool to see Ring of Honor on a weekend. Because I've seen Ring of Honor the last 2 years in Dearborn, they were on a Monday and a Wednesday. So it was cool that they were on a Saturday this year. And I wasn't busy. I was happy I didn't get any bookings for this. I was nervous for it being a Saturday because I'm a disc jockey on weekends. Thank God this wasn't a day I was booking. I have a gig next weekend. Thank God no one asked for this Saturday. So it was like 10 o'clock. People were filing out. And Briscoe was standing tall. I was like, this is how we're going to end this event? We're going to end with the Briscoes winning and having no feel-good moment to send the fans home happy. 2 years ago, we kind of had a weird ending with Hangman Page when he debuted on Bullet Club. He literally hanged Chris Sabin on a noose. So that was like a bittersweet ending. So I was like, I'm going to have like a bittersweet ending again and have no feel-good moment for the fans to go home to. So I'm assuming Honor Club went off the air at this point. Because I saw Ian Riccaboni and Cole Cabana, who were commentating, took their headsets off. So this was that Honor Club. So after the cameras went off, here comes the Elite, Hangman, Cody, Marty, and the Young Bucks. They chased the Briscoes out of the ring. And we ended the night with an Elite segment, which was awesome. Yes, like I said at the beginning, this was filmed for a future episode of Being the Elite. So look out for this video to be in there. And they ran around the ring, and you may see my sign. If you look in that video when it comes out, and you see in the crowd an Elite sign, that Elite sign I showed you, that was me. So you may see my sign in there. So they were setting up a segment, a new gag. Pin the Hangman on the Hangman. And they were looking for a volunteer. They did notice my sign. You know, like a little bit of Hangman was like, I saw a Marty sign. But then they saw a fan with a Hangman sign. And it was a couple. And it was kind of weird. The guy was wearing a Kenny shirt. Probably awkward for Cody. So this guy brought his girl to the ring. And they were going to do the segment with the girl being blindfolded with Matt's headband and the tail on the Hangman. There was like a little plastic condom thing. So the girl was blindfolded. But then, right before she was going to put the condom on Hangman, it instantly became a wedding proposal. I'm guessing the guy got a hold of the Young Bucks and the Elite to put this proposal together, brilliantly set up, and that was a good way to end it with this proposal. And yes, a morning sing-along! Yes! Yes! My sign was worth it! I bought my sing for this morning, and Marty was singing to my girl. So that was a great way to end the show. Feel-good moment. We did get it. After the cameras went up for Honor Club, seeing the Elite come out, doing a wedding proposal, that was awesome. And ending with everyone dancing and singing to my girl. Even Ian Riccaboni and Colt Cabana got in there to dance and sing to my girl, playing on the PA. And that was an awesome feel-good moment to end this fun show. Was it the best Ring of Honor I've seen? Maybe not. We'll come back to those. That's just okay. There was only 2 really good matches. But the rest of the matches were decent, you know. But I think the loss of Dalton and Jay kind of hurt the card. You know, because Dalton was the only world champion from a company represented on this tour because we didn't get Okada. So Dalton was the only major world champion from a company that was on this tour, but he got hurt, so he was pulled out. And no Lethal either. You know, because Lethal's a big star and he's a good worker. Like I said earlier, he would have made the Fatal 4-Way a lot better than it was. Would have been? Yes. But Sonata filled in valiantly. It was cool to see Sonata on the bill. He was never booked. He was the only member of LIJ who wasn't booked in a match yet. So maybe they had him on standby. But at least they had him on standby for this. So hopefully no one else gets hurt on this tour. Because they have a UK tour coming up, Honor United. So now, here come my slideshow of pictures. And before I get any freaking copyright stuff, and I don't want any copyright stuff, I'll say in this video right now, I am using music from Matthew Lee Massey, Matt Nick's dad. I'm going to be using songs that you have heard on the show Being the Elite, Warrior Cry, and the Super Kick Party theme, you know, the Elite, the Elite, of the fair use. So, getting that out of the way, giving him credit so I won't get a flag or anything. So, Young Bucks, Massey, don't give me a cease and desist. Don't cease and desist my video when I use your songs in the video. But at least I'm acknowledging you, Mr. Massey, so you won't get me. So here we go with the Elite music. Here's my slideshow of pictures. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the review from Zach. See you later. Too sweet. And bye-bye.